On November 20th, the government announced it would decommission 5 more ships. Here we look in detail at the context and future implications of these choices. Below, getting rid of ships that are too old to be repaired or require unavailable crews is a logical choice, especially when viewed from Whitehall or even NCHQ, where funding is tight and personnel are always short. It can be seen as a pragmatic choice that avoids wasting money on old platforms and provides headroom to invest in newer technology. While capability is more important than platform is true to some extent, the fact is that navies that want to have influence in vast and hostile maritime domains will always need big ships and submarines. Unfortunately, politicians, the civil service, and the Navy itself have become so accustomed to the decommissioning mindset that it has become entrenched as normal practice. Inevitably, accepting this logic over and over again, often in return for promises of new ships being delivered at a leisurely pace in the future, has had the cumulative effect of drastically reducing the Navy's strength. Major reform and restructuring of any organization is necessary from time to time, but the continued removal of capabilities long before replacements are available has put the UK at considerable risk. This is a country that is both unenviable and relatively wealthy. Senior officers are not threatening to resign. MPs and ministers who clearly understand the dangers have failed to rebel against the government and the finances. Billions of pounds can be dedicated to the NHS, hallowed be thy name. While the Ministry of Defence has received only a modest increase in funding, the government claims that we are in a dangerous pre-war period, and that defence of the country is our primary duty, but neither Tory nor Labour's actions reflect this. The horrific legacy of the 2010 SDSR remains, but the pattern of explainable attrition has accelerated again. In the last 3 years, the Navy has lost no fewer than 15 ships or submarines while gaining only 3 significant vessels. In each case, there seems to have been a good reason, but only one of the ships removed has been directly replaced. Autonomous systems have also replaced some aspects of the survey and MCM capability. President-elect Trump is more determined than ever to make the Europeans pay their fair share for defense. It would not be a good idea for the UK to formalize significant cuts to the Navy. Trump is unlikely to care about the nuances of aging ships and manpower shortages. Perhaps a Labour government would have announced it earlier to avoid this after Trump took office. There is a very valid argument that the LPD is obsolete in the face of modern threats, and that retiring it makes sense.